In today's video, we'll be discussing a few of my personal highlights from the massive balance update that Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition received a little over a month ago on 17 December 2019. What's up everybody, Necron here, and if you're looking to have all the best Age of Empires 2 content right at your fingertips, then join us on this journey. Do that by subscribing and smashing like on this video. Also make sure to check out my live streams over on Twitch, link in the description below. On 17 December 2019, Age of Empires delivered on the promise from a week earlier when they teased about a large update coming, by dropping an absolutely massive update with more than 100 individual changes. In this they addressed a lot of the concerns voiced by the community and also fixed some common and not so common bugs. We won't be discussing all of the changes introduced in this update, as that will take more than an hour to do. For that reason, we'll only be cherry picking some of the changes that I feel had the biggest effect on the competitive community. If you'd like to read through all of the changes yourself, then I will leave a link to the official update announcement down in the description. First up is just a fun little update. We were celebrating the end of year with the Age of Empires 2 Winter Celebration event, which is still available. They've permanently added 3 new profile icons to the multiplayer profile page. These can be found and updated by clicking on the multiplayer shield, selecting the profile tab, and clicking on the change icon button. In addition to this, there are also a few other graphic updates to accompany this event. These can be found by subscribing to the official 2019 Winter Celebration mod by clicking on Mods, Browse Mods, and then search for the 2019 Winter Celebration. When you find it, click subscribe. This includes the following changes. Just note that you might need to unsubscribe from other graphical mods that you are subscribed to in order for all of these to work. First up, all trees are covered in snow and are white. All non-water terrains have patches of snow. All forage or fruit bushes are replaced with piles of presents. All town centers also have presents underneath them. As you can see here, all arrows are replaced by icicles. When you go to skirmishes and genitors, all their spears are replaced by candy canes. Trebuchet projectiles are replaced by presents. Cannonballs are replaced by snowballs for bombard cannons, cannon galleons, and bombard towers. Mangonel, onager, and siege onager projectiles are replaced by giant snowflakes. Under general performance updates, they've included a long list of changes. Among these is that the required benchmark score to be able to play in ranked matchmaking has been lowered from 1000 to 900. This is only for 1v1 matchmaking and does not apply to team games. This was done to allow players with slightly weaker computers to also be able to play ranked matchmaking. There are also a ton of updates for players that like playing any of the single player modes in Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition. They've made several updates to the campaign and mission screens to make it easier for you to track their progress and give you something to work towards. Completing a mission within a campaign will grant you a medal based on the difficulty level at which you completed that mission. Bronze for standard, silver for moderate, and gold for hard difficulty. Missions completed before this update will unfortunately receive a bronze medal, regardless of the difficulty at which you completed it. Then the most anticipated changes, the civilization balance. They've made changes to 3 of the 4 new civilizations and most notably some serious changes to the infamous Steppe Lancer. Some other civilizations have also received slight balance tweaks and we'll look into all of the details now. First up is the Steppe Lancer, although they named it General. The base attack damage of the Steppe Lancer and its elite has been reduced by 2. And is now down to 8 and 10 instead of 10 and 12 respectively. The gold cost to train Steppe Lancers have been inflated by 50% from 30 gold to 45 gold. Still less than a knight though. The rate of fire or reload time has been slowed down from 1.9 seconds to 2.3 seconds. The speed of the Steppe Lancer has been slightly decreased from 1.5 to 1.45. They've also doubled the size of the collision boxes to prevent multiple units from stacking too tightly like they have before. The Bulgarians have received the following changes. The size of creposts have been changed from 4x4 to 3x3, and they can also no longer be converted. The rate of fire of conics has been slowed from 1.9 to 2.4 seconds. The hit points of conics and elite conics have been reduced by 10 and are now 100 and 120 HP instead of 110 and 130 HP respectively. The rate of fire of dismounted conics have also been slowed from 2 seconds to 2.4 seconds. Dismounted conics now take additional bonus damage from the samurai unit. The armor gained by the Bagane's unique technology has been increased from +3 to +5 melee armor. The Cumans were nerfed in the following ways. The time for a single villager to construct a feudal age town center has been increased from 225 to 270 seconds. For reference, a single villager takes 150 seconds to construct a standard town center in the Castle Age. The rate of fire for Kipchaks and elite Kipchaks have been slowed from 1.8 seconds to 2.2 seconds. The hit points of Kipchaks and elite Kipchaks have been reduced by 5 and are now 40 and 45 HP instead of 45 and 50 HP respectively. The number of arrows fired by elite Kipchaks have been reduced from 4 to only 3. Humans no longer have access to the husbandry technology. To compensate for this change, the civilization bonus making the cavalry faster has also been tweaked. Instead of receiving a flat 10% boost to their speed starting in the feudal age, they now receive a 5% boost per age starting in feudal age and capping out at 15% in the imperial age. The feudal age battering rams will no longer deal area of effect damage to units as well. Then also a change to the Khmer. Ballista elephants now gain the intended benefits of the cavalry armor upgrade. And a change to the Lithuanians where the maximum attack bonus granted by captured relics have been reduced from +5 to +4 and now only affects the Knight line and the Latus. The light cavalry line is no longer affected by the bonus. The Mayans were also changed where the base cost for training plumed archers has been increased by +5 wood and +5 gold during both the Castle and Imperial Age. The Saracen civilization bonus giving archers +3 attack versus buildings has been staggered and now will give +1 attack per age starting in the feudal age and ending at the original +3 in the Imperial Age. The Tatar's unique unit, the Keshik, has also received a few changes. The gold cost to train Keshiks and elite Keshiks has been halved, and it now only costs 40 gold to train one unit, and 50 food of course. The hit points of Keshiks and elite Keshiks has been increased by 10 and are now 110 and 140 HP instead of 100 and 130 HP respectively. The base attack damage of the Keshik and its elite has been reduced by 3 and is now down to 9 and 11 instead of 12 and 14 respectively. Random maps have also received quite a few updates. The most notable one in my opinion is that a player's main gold pile will now spawn slightly further from forests to improve accessibility. There are also some very notable general gameplay updates that were rolled out. The most notable of these are the following. When targeting units behind buildings, their outlines will now flash green. They fixed a bug where units guarding other units sometimes prioritized attacking buildings over enemy units. The waypoint flag's cursor hotspot has been changed to be at the bottom of the flag rather than at the top. Interestingly, and I didn't even know that this was a thing, deleting a Hun town center no longer reduces the population limit by 1. Another set of welcome updates were the changes made to the lobby system and to matchmaking. They fixed an issue where, when viewing the ranked leaderboard, a player's information would not display correctly if he was not in the top 100. In the spectator browser, you can now also search for the names of players and not just for lobby names. As I've said before, this does not completely address all of the concerns from casters, but is at least a step in the right direction. Previous lobby names are now remembered when creating a new lobby in the same game session. Previously it was so annoying that you'd have to retype your entire lobby name if you'd like to play another game, and I for one am happy to see that they've addressed this. Some maps have been removed from the ranked map pool, while others have been added in their place. The map pool now includes the following 8 maps: Arabia, Arena, Black Forest, Nomad, Gold Rush, Steppe, Team Islands, and for some reason in a competitive ranked environment, Mega Random. Players can now also ban maps that they don't want to play. For 1v1 matches you may ban 3 maps. In 2v2 and 3v3 matches you may ban 1 map. And for 4v4 matches you unfortunately don't have any map bans. The graphics and audio also received some general updates. I must admit I never noticed that this was not the case, but elite cannon galleons now have a unique model from their standard counterparts. The notification when another player advances to the next age now uses a unique sound effect from the normal chat notification. They've also increased the volume of the "you are under attack" sound effect. These are very welcome as the previous iterations of both were sometimes easily missed to a player's detriment. For players that enjoy playing with or versus the AI, they have also included quite a few updates that you can check out for yourself in the full changelog linked below. Some common and also some lesser known pathfinding issues have been fixed as well. My personal favorite among these are that when multiple units are selected, they will now converge to a single point when moved, rather than maintaining their initial distance from each other. They fixed an issue where melee units would be slow to respond when right-clicking to attack groups of enemy units. This has affected me personally, especially when trying to raid an enemy's woodline or berries with my scout cavalry. They fixed a rare issue where villagers would sometimes go idle in certain circumstances. I feel that this wasn't an issue unique to Definitive Edition, as I myself have experienced this several times on both HD and Voobly as well. They've also corrected a bug where units could walk through buildings if they were placed on top of enemy foundations. This bug was game breaking and it's good to see it finally got patched. The user interface has also received quite a few updates, most notably for me as a caster are the ones affecting spectating matches. They've added a new score display mode in order to display both the score and the tech progress at the same time. Clicking on a unit icon will now center the view on the object while spectating a match. These are baby steps, and while there are still many improvements needed for casters, it is encouraging to see that they are looking into concerns in this regard as well. There have also been some updates to modding and to the scenario editor. Since those are 2 topics I really don't have much expertise on just yet, I won't be discussing them in this video. If those do interest you, then feel free to check them out in the changelog provided in the link below. All in all, this was a very substantial game update and we've seen these changes help out a lot. As was seen with the 21 January update, there will most definitely be more updates coming in the months ahead as long as we, as the community, keep giving the developers our constructive feedback. You can rest assured that we will be discussing all future major updates on this channel as well. And that is it for this video. Remember to subscribe by clicking on my face to the left. You're also going to want to watch my last video in which I discussed the January major update. Do that by clicking on the top video on the right. If you'd rather want to find out what YouTube thinks you'd like to watch, check out the bottom video on the right. So until next time, happy gaming!